Where do I begin? I told you guys it's going to be a game where we are not going to win it. Arsenal lose 2-1 to Man City. Welcome to the match reaction. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. All the good stuff, match reactions, match predictions. If you're a football fan, an Arsenal fan, this is the place to be. But yeah, Arsenal, where do I begin? I'm just going to talk about the second goal for one specific reason. One throw from the goalkeeper exposed our whole midfield and led to the second goal. Yes, it might have been a bit of luck coming off Nketiah's ankle, but at the end of the day, City managed to capitalise and win 2-1. It's a very, very crucial victory for them for obvious reasons. They are now 3 points behind Arsenal with a game in hand and a goal difference of just one. As we're making this recording, Haaland on my left on my screen is celebrating like mad. So yeah, my blood is boiling. But yes, what went wrong for Arsenal? What went wrong is purely the midfield battle. We lost the midfield battle. Certain players that have just returned from injury didn't look up to it. And I can't really blame the player because they've been off for injury. But it's like they're thrown in the deep end, have to play the full 90 minutes, and they played absolute garbage. And that person is obviously Martin Odegaard. I'm not using him as a scapegoat, but Odegaard was not performing at all or contributing towards the game. Defense, I'd say Nketiah going forward obviously is not ideal compared to Calafiori or Miles Lewis-Skelly, but defensively I felt like he did really well against Semenyo. He closed Semenyo out quite a few times, but on the opposite end where Doku was playing against Mosquera, he was getting twisted left, right, and centre. Even with the addition of Madueke trying to help out in defence, Madueke couldn't cope with Doku. Doku, his numbers are really bad when it comes to his goals, but I'll tell you what, his IQ and the way he beats the man and contributes to the game, class, absolute class. Not very many defenders can actually handle Doku's pace and his drop of the shoulder. His drop of the shoulder is immense, and that leg shake, the shimmy. It's so hard to read it, and I think a lot of defenders struggle for that reason. Declan Rice, I wouldn't say it's one of his best games, but I mean, when your midfield partner Zubimendi is not involved, and moving like Patrick Swayze from Ghost, Declan Rice is basically Demi Moore at this point. He's just the one that's alive on the pitch, while your player alongside you, Patrick Swayze, is, nowhere to be seen. Moving forward as well, up the field a bit more. Kai Havertz, I don't feel like he had a bad game. I mean, his press was great. He pressed, and guess what? He managed to get the goal from a mistake of Donnarumma. And when it comes to aerial balls, made, tremendous impact with the headers, managed to nick it. But again, it wasn't enough for us to walk away with the victory. If Arsenal had a draw, I felt like it would have been, positive for us, obviously. Bad for City. City needed to win this game. They managed to do it. And that's the difference. Whenever I've come on this channel, I've said Arsenal need to win this game. Like I've been saying in the last 3-4 games, we've not done it. And that's the difference between Pep and Arteta. Pep can get it when it matters the most. Arteta can't. This was a game where, fine, if you're not going to go for the win, then at least do not lose. Go for the draw. And there was, a few spells where we could have scored. I mean, aside from that goal that we scored from Kai Havertz, we did not have a shot until the second half. And it was saved by Donnarumma. We had a last-minute header from Kai Havertz that should have went in. He was a free man. And, we paid the price in the end because City now walk away with the 3 points. And with the game in hand. Now, the question is, I want to ask you guys is, how long will Arsenal stay on top? That is the most important question in this whole scenario. How long will Arsenal stay on top? With the games that we have remaining, every single game is a must-win. Yeah, we've got the goal difference. And I think that's what it's going to come down to, really and truly, because I don't see City dropping any points. We were supposed to be their hardest game. And leading up to this, I did say that I do see City winning. If we didn't lose to Bournemouth, we could have afforded to lose this game. But because we lost to Bournemouth, now, this game was a must-win or draw. And then ultimately we lost. And now City are literally on our shoulders. You can feel Pep Guardiola and the City boys breathing on your neck. Yeah? That little wind you're feeling at the back of your neck is Man City, the fans, and the Premier League trophy. But what can I say, man? I mean, I wish I could make this video longer, but it went wrong for the wrong reasons. You know, a lot of fan bases are laughing at us because we spent so long at the top, and now I think we've realised, well, we've been realising for the last few seasons, you can start strong, yes, but it's all about how you finish. You know, our win percentage in April is 40%. Man City's win percentage in April is 79%. That's 39% difference. That 39% can win you the games at Bournemouth, might get you a draw at City. That's the difference in class. And no matter what people say about our Pep Guardiola, oh, he only goes for teams and money, but when he's given the resources, he can utilise that money. Yes, he might need to buy a few players or spend 100 million in the transfer window, but if he's got that money in abundance, I think any manager will do the same. But he utilises his squad. He knows exactly the key players to buy, and that is what separates the winners from the losers. You know, I don't believe in this whole you bought your way to a trophy. Every big team now is spending money. We're one of the biggest spenders in the summer. We didn't buy in January. We should have at this point because our subs were just not good enough. Trossard coming on, obviously it wasn't many minutes, but it's not good enough. Martinelli, again, not good enough. Eze, unfortunate to hit the post, but you know, he didn't have his best game today. He's getting tackled quite a bit. If the goal went in, the 3-2, the off the post could have been 2-1 at that point. The game might have changed. The dynamic might have shifted. But ultimately, it didn't. And we ended up paying the price for it. So, yeah, I think Arsenal, and it looks like the Premier League title is very bleak. I don't think we're going to win it this year again. Now, this will make Arteta 7 years without a trophy. This game was the title decider. This is where we had to give it our all. And the minimum you should walk out with is a draw. Especially when you have a points tally above your opponents, above the opposition. But Arsenal, you know, we've been going through this for a while. It's nothing new. But we just have to look forward now and make the most of what we got. Mathematically, we're not done. I'm not saying the season for me looks like it's done, but that's still not stamped 100%. Things can change on the way. City can drop points. We could still drop more points because we haven't been playing our best football. And we just got to see what happens towards the end of the season. We still got big games ahead. We still have Atletico, and I think the next big game in the Premier League, which I'm looking out for, which I'm quite nervous about again, is the Newcastle game. Newcastle, you know, they've not been the best, but I still need to watch out for them. Another team, which is our bogey team, is West Ham. They're also a team we just look out for as well. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching my YouTube video. If you're new to the channel and football's your thing, make sure you subscribe. Watch alongs, pre-match predictions, post-match analysis, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.